Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bossman, the series where we go for all the collection logs from all of the bosses in the game. Coming into this episode, we have 12 items to go, but the Rex Matriarchs are coming out, which is going to add 11 more items to our list. So we can safely say that we have 23 items to go at this point. This episode is going to be a fun one. I always love a new boss release, so without further ado, let's get into the clips. While we wait for the Matriarch update to come out on Monday, we might as well still PVM. And I have a lot of group bosses left, but I'm running pretty low on the individual bosses. The only one I actually have that is a completely solo boss at this point, because the Matriarchs aren't out yet, is Elite Dungeon 3. So I need to get all 3 Eldritch pieces and the pet. So over today and tomorrow, I'm going to try to get maybe 10 or so raids done. This is also the only thing I don't have for Final Boss in terms of the 100 KC. So maybe we'll get this pretty soon after the Matriarchs come out. Hey, I got Hydrix Bolt Tips. That's actually pretty good. 104 Huge Blunt. That's actually pretty good. That's 4 mil. I'll take that. That is our 25th solo, and the pop-up made me thought we got something. But only 4 Blackstone Hearts. The doubled Onyx Dust is kind of nice, because that's basically 1 mil. 5 more Blackstone Hearts. What was the other drop? 103. Oh my god, that is such a bad drop. Very rusty ending, but we got the sub 4 Ambassador time. Don't really care about the drop, because it was quick enough. And that's a good thing because 29 Blackstone Arrows and 31 Onyx Dust might just be the worst drop possible. So everything sold off from the Raksha. I had the drop chain down to 137.5. I got an update on the price and it was 138 mil, not 148 mil. So lost 40 mil there, but we can still collect all this GP. And boom, our cash stack is up above 1.4 bill. The Ambassador is a pretty sweet boss, and now that I've gotten more into it, I really, really like it. It's a shame that it's 15 minutes of trash mobs just to get to him each time. I fine-tuned my rotation with melee up until the final phase so far, which is still pretty rusty and kind of just more focused on me surviving, and it all culminated with this PR as my best time pre-Matriarchs update. Oh, that is a very quick kill time. 433. 151 Onyx Dust, 10 Black, so that's a mil, that's 4.5 mil, 5.5 mil there. So in the time between Raksha Log being done and the Matriarchs coming out, I did about, I want to say 10 solos. I forgot to actually look at the KC, but we're up to 77 combined KC. The loot in here before was at 444 mil, so we gained about, what's that, 65 mil. In rare drops, the Onyx Dust is going up, even those reinforced Dragon Bones too. To start off Matriarchs on release day, the plan was to have a bit of a mini-mass to learn the mechanics and build up some KC. This boss log was always going to be pet limited, so even if we aren't getting a lot of drops or miss out on some unique drops, this is good in the long run as we were killing them pretty quickly and building up our KC for future thresholds. With that in mind, our first personal drop came about 90 minutes into the update, where we picked up a shaft spear part. Immediately telling to the GE, and the spear pieces had already crashed, but we still got 23 mil, which split 4 ways is 5.8 mil each. Unfortunate that there wasn't higher release day prices, but oh well. We ended off the learning mini-massing at 229 KC after a couple hours, and having the 1 spear piece to our name. So I went ahead and bought a Hex Hunter bow for 500 mil. A little bit of an overpay, but hey, I have extra GP. It's lying around, and you might as well spend it. And the reason why I did this is that the Fenthraken is weak to ranged, and within that specifically weak to arrows, and I was actually splashing with my Blightbounds on. So I already have an extra Chroming 4 from all my Chroming 4 E2 attempts on my offhand Blightbound, so I just threw that on there. But for the other perk, I want to get P6 Genocidal because I'm actually going to be using this on Slayer, pretty much exclusively on Slayer tasks. And it's about a 1 in 5 chance if I use 9 Historic here, but let's get an Extreme Potion first. Ultimate is 3. Precise 5 Genocidal, that's the most common thing you can get, but we're going to go for the 6. There we go, on the 5th attempt, perfect. What Genocidal does is that you deal up to 7% extra damage to your current Slayer target proportional to the current progress of your task. Look at that. First try, we get the dinosaur task. So Slayer Introspection was put on. We get the maximum amount. Spend 30 more points, extend it up to 132. That was perfect. And one thing that's perfect about this week is the chrono cost is being reduced. Normally it's 250 per relic power, so this would cost 5,000 to swap over. But it only costs 2,000, and Fury of the Small only costs 150. I guess they just changed the cost down for this week, so swapping this over was only 3,500 chronotes instead of almost double that, like 2.5 times more. So I'm gonna save a little bit of GP that way. So I got a Heart of the Berserker, but it was from the Ranger. That is very weird. Huh. I thought the melee guy would drop it. I think for this collection log, I'm not that worried about the actual common, or not common drops, but the unique drops. I'm much, much, much more worried about the pet. Because the pets are maybe, let's say, 1 in 2,000. A little bit more common than the regular DKs. And let's say these common drop or these unique drops are 1 in 128. Even if I go like 1,000, I'll still probably maybe only have one pet at that point. Yeah, doesn't even sell for 10 mil. That's like kind of sad. Day release. 7.85 mil. So researching on what's on the wiki, it turns out that all 3 of them can drop the Heart of the Berserker because the Reaver's Ring ends up being hybrid. So that probably is also why it's really cheap in comparison. Kind of like how Dragon Hatchets are way more common because all 3 can drop Dragon Hatchets. So that is our first duplicate. Didn't take very long, but we got another Savage Spear Shaft. These things are crashing so fast. They are very common. Yeah, 17.5 mil. Let's go! Got another drop. We got the Heart of the Warrior. I think I might be done, like, once I get the pet, might be done with the melee one because I have the Heart of the Warrior. Well, that is our 3rd Heart of the Berserker, and it's a wonder why these are already so cheap. I've been here first day, and I already have 3 of what people were predicting to be the like most expensive drop. The Savage Spear Cap. Cool little tip I have here is because your global cooldown 6 seconds, you might as well Deado. So you can get a fully charged Deado in while you wait for this, and then just go over to clear it. Instant Sunshine. I got a free one that time, but the adrenaline gain here basically gets you up to 100% adrenaline in like 2 basics. Then you can use Wild Magic and Asphyxiate, and then by the time that's done, Ori Calc is really low. I didn't Vuln this time, so I missed out on like 10k damage that way. And then you have 100% adrenaline to come over to the Ranger. Oh my god, I saw this giant beam. I saw the Corbicula Rex. I thought it was a pet. That is unfortunate, but hey, that's going to be some good GP. Let's not accidentally click on that one. And there we are. That is the Savage Plume. That is the 3rd piece of the spear. So we now have 3 of the 4 spear pieces. So we have 5 of the 8 non-unique items. The drops just don't stop. That is another Savage Spear Cap, if you can see it in the distance. Let me rotate the camera there. Yeah, Melee Boy gave us another drop. Pretty nice. This spear is gonna be like 20 mil by the end of the day. Hot damn, we got another Corbicula unchecked. Holy crap. I really hope that those aren't as like rare as the pet, but I assume they aren't, at least at my 0, or maybe, I wouldn't have a threshold yet, my 0 threshold self. Completed a entire spear on day 1. What is our KC? Rex Matriarchs, we are at 535 KC, and we have 6 out of 11. We need Heart of the Archer, which is dropped by this boy, and then we need Heart of the Seer, we need Heart of the Seer, which is dropped by this boy. And then we need Heart of the Archer, which is dropped by this guy. And from the melee guy in the middle, all I need is the pet. Oh my god, oh my god. We got a pet. Let's just go pick that up. That is the melee too. So we are done with the melee. Oh. Okay, I'm teleporting out. Yes, let's go. This changes everything. But like, unironically, this changes everything. So we have Bagra Pet from the Rex Matriarchs. Now we have the 4 Spirit Tips. We have the Bagra Pet, Heart of the Warrior, and Heart of the Berserker. And I believe that means we have every unique from the meleeer, so we can skip the meleeer from now on. And we can just solo kill the major and then solo kill the ranger. Now with us only killing one and being on fastest spawn, there's a lot of downtime between kills. Long enough that I decided to time it. It's 38 seconds. That means about half of the time in the hour is spent waiting for spawns. So this soloing one isn't ideal, but really there is no reason for me to kill the meleeer. It's just a waste of time, especially if I'm solo. So this seems like the most effective way to do things going forward, though I might look for some grouping options to get some KC later once I get the Heart of the Seer from this guy. There we go. That didn't even take that long. We got the Heart of the Seer within our first hour. So that is used to make the Seer's Ring upgrade. I think it's called the Channeler's Ring. And yeah, we're 8 out of 11 now. So we only need Heart of the Archer and 2 pets. So I'm going to finish up this hour. We have 13 minutes left. So we'll finish off this hour and then we'll come back for a melee only hour and see how that works out. So this is one of the more expensive drop sets left. 16.5 mil for Heart of the Seer. And I think that's just because the major is killed the least. Because there's an AFK way to kill both the meleeer and the ranger, so everyone's doing those and they're not worrying about killing that one over there. So that's why we get a 16.5 mil drop. We're trying this AFK setup. Not going to touch anything and see how long we last. The first kill got us down to 2.7k. So it's a little disconcerting, but if we need to, I will pick up a Vamp Scrim. I don't mind spending the GP to get through this a little more AFK. So we are at the end of day 1 here, and I got a lot of information on the screen. We got up to 690 KC. The first 220-ish, 229 were a group, and then the final 461 were solo. If you think 40, 60 an hour, that's like 10 hours of soloing Rex Matriarchs today. I think tomorrow I'm going to be doing like solo hours after the mage one and the range one. So I'm only going to get 40 an hour. So I think maybe 1,000, 1,200-ish is probably going to be my goal. My prediction is that the pet drop rate's 1 in 2,000. And the threshold, therefore, would be 1,200. So that's probably going to be our goal. I do want to finish off the Heart of the Archer tomorrow as well. And then that way we're only relying on the pets. And then I can just build up KC as I go. But if we look at the actual loot here, this is everything that Runemetrics tracked for all of today. I reset it just before. In blue, you can kind of see all of the unique items with all the Savage Spears and the hearts. And then we have the orange item for that Pristine Brigada Rex Egg. Good start to the day. Savage Spear tip number 3, I think. What is up with all these damn Corbicula Rex drops? That is the only one I've gotten of the like unchecked dinosaurs, and it's our 3rd one. And we get another spear tip. I have a theory that this guy drops the spear tip probably the most common and then drops the all 3 normal. Excuse the laggy clip as I'm rendering a video. But yeah, another Savage Spear Shaft. Time to switch things up. It's currently the 2nd day of Rex Matrix, and I'm just AFKing at Rathus while I make some videos and do some non-RS things that I put off on release day. With Rathus comes the ability to make progress while AFKing, which is something that I haven't been able to do since I completed the core block well over 6 months ago. And because they all share KC, any KC gained at Rathus helps to build the threshold for the eventual grind at Fen Thraken. So my plan is to AFK Rathus while doing non-RS things like watching shows, work, or other activities around the house, like actually cooking myself a meal. Then once we get the pet at Rathus and the heart, we'll move on to Fentraken to finish up the log. In the meantime, that means I need some sort of active solo PVM to do. So we're going to go back to 83 and Ambassador. We have 77 KC right now between our groups and solos. So if I can do another 23 solos this episode, we'll be able to claim the final boss title, which is going to be the goal for the episode. Hopefully we pick up a drop along the way. I still have 0 limb pieces and still need the pet. 188 crystal keys at once. Pretty good. So I got a beam, and I was thinking, what the hell can beam from Crassian Leviathan? It's an effigy. It's staying on the ground, and we're not picking it up. That's our new worst ambassador drop. 85 black dragon hide, 4 black stone heart, and logs. No, it's the wrong heart again. That is our 5th heart of the Berserker as well. Let's just pick up this heart of the Archer and get ready to move on. That is tragic. 27 onyx dust, 4 blackstone heart, and a common relic. Forgot to record here, but we finally got the heart of the Archer like 2 kills ago. Pretty freaking nice if you ask me. If we go into the collection log, we now have all of the common drops with 1 of each heart. We just need the Pavo pet and the Corby pet. I think for now I'm gonna keep AFKing on Rathus just because it's the only thing I can do AFK towards Golden Reaper at this point, so might as well build up KC during the workday. But I think once we get the Corby pet from Rathus, we're going to move on to massing. So there was a video about how Lanikia's spear is really good, and that's caused these Savage Spear pieces to go back up. So I'm going to go ahead and put them all in the GE at 20 mil, minus 1 GP, and see what happens. So 1 hour of AOD later, and all the spear pieces have sold. So we got 79 mil there, well, really 80 mil there, and then 100 mil here. And if we look at our GE history, ignore the codex we got there. But yeah, 20 mil, 80 mil, 99 mil. Here we go! That is pet number 2. We have the pristine Corbicula egg. What is our KC? Our KC is 1702. So we're done Rathus. All we need to do is kill Fentraken, and we have the title. Unlock the Corby pet from Corby Rex Matriarch. Yeah, so we can look at the collection log now, and we have 10 out of 11. 13 items to go for Golden Reaper. I love me this double week. We got 84 Reaper points for finishing 1 task. Unfortunately, the drop... Actually, no, that drop was pretty good. 81 Hydrix Wool Tips. That's 2.5 mil. Ooh, yeah. Set ourselves a new Ambassador PR at 430. That's pretty good. Could have been faster, but I realized at the last moment I wasn't recording and I panicked a little bit. I think with my current rotation, like 415 is probably my peak. Thumbs up, we're good to go. This is going to be kill number 100 at Ambassador. And with that, we are going to be getting the final boss title. This is something I really haven't planned to grind out ever. It just kind of happened as I went for all the boss logs. Especially once Elite Dungeons came out, I never thought I would do 100 of each of them. Here's the final boss title. There we go. We have the final boss title. 5,000 total kills and kill 100 of each boss. Now let's look at our total boss count. We have 71,000 kills, so we kind of overdid the whole 5,000 boss kills, but if we scroll through the list, they're all 100, or at least they're Elite Dungeons where I have combined. So like Elite Dungeon 1, I have 150, I now have 100 Elite Dungeons 3. But here's the chest, devoid of all the rare drop tables, which I've cleaned out for space, but we're up to 600 mil in the chest. The Onyx Dust stack has really gone up. I think you get the most Onyx Dust from this dungeon, just because like the final boss can drop like 300 at a time, and relics are getting up there quite nicely. A couple Rage Fire Glands, and these battle staffs suck as a drop. They're like 3k each, but the Hydrix Volt Tips are really good. But with that in mind, we've completed our goals for this episode. We We learned the Rex Matriarch. We got 1,800 kills there, and we are one item away. All we need is the 10th Dragon Pet, the one that's shown here. So I'm probably going to mass my way up to 2,000 kills, and then once I have 2,000 kills, just camp this boy out. They did release the drop rate where it's 1 in 2,000 with a 1,000 threshold. So if I get up to 2,000 KC, I'll have a 1 in 666 drop rate. Very nice. Shouldn't take too long. I get like 45 kills an hour solo when I'm only killing the mage boy. So 15, 20 hours, maybe that's something I can aim for next episode. And we also got our Ambassador KC up to 100, getting us the final boss title. Unfortunately, we haven't been lucky here yet. I'm now over the drop rate on tracked kills, and I also have 11 that I darted. So I've done 68 solos without a limb piece. And of course, the 43 trios I did a long time ago. If you enjoyed the episode, leave a like down below, drop a comment if you have any questions. Unfortunately, I didn't complete a log, so no giveaway though the Greco should hopefully tide you guys over. But past that, have a good day, and I'll catch you in the next one.